Now, in a not-so-shocking announcement yesterday, Auburn has named Michigan State transfer Payton Thorne as their starting quarterback. Now, there are many high-profile quarterback battles that are raging like a Hardley Boys clue right now around the country, and we're going to dive into all of those in a second. But let's break down the new signal caller for the Tigers in Hugh Freeze's first year. Now, Auburn fans, you need to ask yourself a couple questions when it comes to how this Payton Thorne situation is going to work out on the field. The biggest question is, and we've talked about this a bunch, does he run well enough for this style of offense to operate as efficiently as possible? Because in order for an RPO or any type of dual threat offensive system to be able to pressure defenses at the multiple points it has to, the quarterback must be taken seriously as a run threat to pull the ball. Now, a great example of this, and Auburn fans will remember, is watching Jarrett Stidham attempt to run the zone read. Now, everybody and their mother knew that he wasn't going to pull the ball most of the time. So defenses were able to key in on the running back, therefore negating the full effectiveness of the action. Now, Payton Thorne isn't the fastest or the most agile on Auburn's roster, but all he has to do is show the capability to be efficient running the ball. That's the biggest question mark in this system. If he's able to do that, he can play to his true strength, which is the passing game even more. Now, being an effective runner doesn't mean you have to be Michael Vick or Usain Bolt or a true home run hitter. You just have to be good enough to hit a double every now and then. If he is able to do that, then Auburn's offense could blossom into one that stretches defenses both horizontally and vertically, because the more space you have to cover, the more space is left open. His rushing numbers at Michigan State weren't great, but that system really didn't ask him to run it a whole lot. Now, the next question is, he didn't go through spring. So how good can the chemistry between him and Auburn's skill position personnel really be? This isn't a does he understand the scheme question. He's the son of a legendary high school coach, and the best language they speak in that house outside of English is ball. But the hardest part is the terminology, and I'm sure he's going to be prepared. Now, this is a question of being able to adjust mid-play and limit miscommunications with not only who he's throwing the ball to, but also who he hands the ball off to. Anticipatory throwing is a must at this level. And in order to anticipate, you must know exactly what route, especially with the option and choice routes Auburn's going to run, that you are getting. And miscommunications equal turnovers. Now, we won't know the answer to this question until we actually watch the games. So right now, your guess is as good as mine. You can also blow up a play by not having good chemistry running the zone read or RPO action with the running back. A lot of that is not only handwork, but it's footwork as well. Because after all, to be able to read a defense mid-play while operating this action, your eyes have to be up. This isn't the boot or the waggle from under center. Now, the last question is one that is totally out of Thorne's control. How well will Auburn's offensive line play? Because if they don't play well, you can't play well at quarterback. And as I've said all offseason, out of the bevy of things that Hugh Freeze has done well with this Auburn roster, transforming the offensive line personnel in depth has been the most important. It's been super crucial, to quote Blaine. Now, for any system to work, you have to be good up front. I don't expect this group to win the Joe Moore Award, but I do expect them to be a big step up from the Swiss cheese factory that we've seen from the Auburn Big Uglies lately. Now, my last note is that even though Robbie Ashford didn't win the job, if he keeps his head on straight, I expect him to be an integral part of the short yardage and red zone packages, along with being lined up in formations to run gadget plays and put perimeter pressure on defenses. This was a big decision for a new coaching staff. And as someone who trusts Hugh Freeze, and I trust him on this, I think Auburn fans should as well. I'm going to bring in David Cohn, former Michigan quarterback, my brother, former Western State, Colorado wide receiver Blaine Crane. David, a ton of crazy quarterback battles going on at some big-time places, but seems that Auburn has made their decision. Not that this couldn't change if he goes out and struggles. I don't know how long the leash is, but just your quick thoughts on Auburn naming Payton Thorne.
I heard everything yesterday from this is the same Payton Thorne that led Michigan State to a 5-7 record last season to, but this is the same Hugh Freeze that got Bo Wallace to throw for 3,000 yards 3 straight seasons at Ole Miss, right? It's all over the place. Now, I know in 2021, Payton Thorne had Kenneth Walker on that Michigan State team, which was a lot of reason for that 11-2 success. But the kid still threw for 3,200 yards, 27 touchdowns, 10 picks. He has almost 900 pass attempts in his career so far in college. That's a lot of experience. So he's going to bring that to Auburn. Remember, we said that he's probably not transferring in to ride the bench, which gets me thinking about the Alabama job. Are we going to see the same thing play out when it comes to Tyler Buckner, who's coming into Alabama from Notre Dame? One other thing around the country here, Ryan Day said at a press conference Monday that he might be ready to announce a starter by the end of the week. So we're at the end of the week. A lot of people think Kyle McCord is going to win that job up there with the Buckeyes, but it sounds like sophomore Devin Brown is playing really well too. And I think this is a situation in Columbus where you're not naming a starter because the two guys are playing poorly. They haven't named a starter yet because both guys are really showing out in camp.
Yeah, and Ryan Day's kind of played this one close to the vest. And, I saw a quote from him the other day. He's like, I wouldn't say either one is blowing it out of the water. Nobody's playing poorly, which to me, when I look at Kyle McCord and Devin Brown, their games are very different. But if Devin Brown can, the throwing aspect of it, and he's able to diagnose coverages as a young guy really quickly, he can be absolutely electric. Like he's a totally different flavor of ice cream than even C.J. Stroud, who we saw as more of a pocket guy, ran a little bit more earlier in his career. Now, when it comes to Alabama situation, and again, we've harped on, bringing in the transfer portal guys, like you mentioned, to play. Not only are you bringing in a transfer portal guy, you're bringing in a transfer portal guy that was recruited and signed by your new offensive coordinator.
Sure.
So that's even another level of being able to win the job. But we are hearing a lot about Ty Simpson. I just don't know if Jalen Milroe fits that pro styles. Right. A lot of it is about the system, right? It's about the quarterback playing to his strengths within the system. I think Jalen Milroe would fit better in Auburn's system than he'd fit in a 12 personnel, heavy personnel, let's get under center, run to pass, play action. That's not really his game to me. Not saying that he couldn't do it down the road, but that's a stark transition outside of the RPO, spread it around, let's get the guy on the run style type system that Alabama ran with Bryce Young.
You're exactly right. I mean, Nick Saban has a simple rule when it comes to these quarterbacks. Play so well that I can't not play you.
Yeah.
Play so well, I have to put you on the field and keep you there. So I don't know which one of them is doing that in fall camp right now, but we're going to find out pretty soon.
Very true. Blaine, your thoughts? Football season's back, and there's nothing like grilling burgers while you're watching your favorite team with the boys. Now imagine you went to turn the grill on, and your propane tank's empty.
Oh! Why?
Sorry.
Why? Why is it empty?
That's where our friends at Cinch come in clutch. All right, Cinch is a propane grill tank home delivery service. They deliver propane tanks right to your home. All right, nope. Speaking of LSU and tanks, this is a tank session going on right now. So plus, delivery's completely contactless because we grill out all the time. Good Ranchers is one of our sponsors. All right, I'm on a gas grill. Got that propane. All right, it's huge when I'm able to just go to work, come home, propane tank deliver. It's contactless, even though I'm all about some good contact. I'm a football fan, and Cinch, they make it unbelievably easy. David, you're a big grill guy.
Why is the Cinch tank out? Why is it out? Just call them up. Hey, get on the app. Get them to bring you a new one. Here's the thing. I know everybody's going to be grilling out next weekend.
Oh, for sure.
Don't even sit there listening right now pretending like you're not
going
to have the grill going next Saturday when college football starts. Get a head start on that right now. Get your Cinch tank, get your Good Rancher steak, get your grill gun, and let's have a Saturday, boys.
Oh, the grill gun. You got the grill gun over there, Flaming?
I do.
Oh, can you show the people?
I do. I would love to show the people.
Talking about this one?
Anything they want.
The perfect summer night wouldn't be complete without Cinch. So go to cinch.com or download the Cinch app and use our promo code BOOSTER.
This is where I plug my Cinch tank in.
Get your first tank exchange for just $10. That's CY. There it is. That's CYNCH.com.
So what's up with you guys?
Promo code BOOSTER. This is a limited time offer, and you must live within a Cinch service area to redeem it. So you better move if you don't have it.
God. Well, Payton Thorne.
Your thoughts?
Great. Awesome.
You're pumped.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be above mediocre. I'm not super stoked.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not super stoked. Thank God Robbie Ashford's not starting. I mean, I don't want a receiver starting at quarterback for us in the SEC. We'll see how long that lasts.
Nick Marshall's pretty good, but he's the DB.
Yeah. Nick Marshall was built different. He could throw, but can barely talk. And I'll take that any time of the day. Shout out Reese Dismukes. The Alabama room, to me, because, I mean, it's Alabama. You lose Bryce. Jalen Milroe doesn't seem like the guy. I think it's going to be Ty Simpson. And I agree with you from a system-wise. I just don't know if that's Jalen Milroe's bag, baby.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Swear it's not mine.
He wants to be an RPO game. Give me out of the pocket. Let me throw on the run. Jalen Milroe, he's a super freak athlete. So could probably start at wide receiver and safety in the SEC if he wanted to, but not at quarterback. I think Ty gets that job. A&M, we'll see. I think Wegman's the guy. But Auburn, I mean, like, one, the guy's not TJ Finley, and two, what's Holt Garrier's deal? Is he
I
not
just
ready
think his
yet?
time. Well, Hugh Freeze said he's the purest passer. That
He's
Auburn
got
has.
a smooth arm. Man.
Look, it's year one with Hugh Freeze. You only get one chance to make a first impression. Do you really want to throw a guy with basically no experience out there and just throw him to the wolves as opposed to a guy that's got 3 years of experience, has had success, has had some failures? I get it. I totally get it. But I'm telling you, Robbie Ashford's gonna, if he just doesn't panic and cause a problem in the locker room or want to leave or become a victim or whatever, he will have a role in this offense.
Put him in slot.
Freeze will find a way. Well, short yardage, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, with his ability to throw the ball decently. You can't just load up on the inside either.
I'm fine with it.
The perimeter, red zone when the field shrinks. Lining him up at slot, if I'm the defensive coordinator, would scare the hell out of me. Like, what am I telling my safety? You can't run cover 2.
No.
Hell no. No chance. All of a sudden, he runs the bubble behind the line of scrimmage, swing it out. Still eligible to throw it.
Jet sweep, boom. Oh, my God, I'm going to the sidelines. Next thing you know, I'm turning around, I'm throwing the ball deep or wide open.
Throwing a drag route or an over.
10 trick plays a game. Come on, Hugh.
Look, you can turn it into this. He can Chris Angel this thing real quick. Hey, YouTube, we are almost to 100,000. We're like 3,000 subs away. And also, if you want to be able to be on the same fantasy league as Ben Shapiro, you need to make sure you subscribe to the Crane & Company YouTube channel. We appreciate you. Football season is upon us. Let's do it.